Now, Bohr and Burry gave us an equation. And from that equation, we saw that the first shell can take 2 electrons. The second shell can take 8. The third shell can take 18. Then we go on and on and on. Now we are going to see something a bit different. Over here, we see that the inner shell takes 2 electrons. So that is right. But the outermost shell cannot take more than 8 electrons. According to Bohr, the third shell would have taken 18 electrons, but the outermost shell cannot take more than 8. So once you get to 8, a new shell is formed, and then you put 8 electrons on that shell, and then you keep adding new shells as long as you have more electrons after putting 8 on the previous one. Now let me explain this one. Over here it says, as a rule, a new shell is formed as soon as the innermost shell attains 2 electrons. All subsequent shells attain 8 electrons. So we're going to use chlorine as an example. Here, chlorine has atomic number 17 and mass number 35. What this means is that the number of protons in chlorine is 17. The number of electrons in chlorine is 17. So we are going to distribute 17 electrons on the chlorine atom. So now let me put N in the middle here. Let's assume this is our nucleus. Our first shell is going to take 2. That means we are left with 15 electrons because we are distributing 17. Our second shell will take a maximum of 8. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have 10. We have distributed 10 electrons. We still have 7 more. So that means a new shell will be added. And then we are going to distribute the 7 onto that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is showing the electronic configuration of chlorine as 2, 8, and then 7. Now let's look at nitrogen. Nitrogen has atomic number 7. So that means there are 7 electrons, 7 protons. The first shell is going to take 2. 1, 2. That means we have 5 left. All the 5 can go on to the next shell because they are not up to 8. And this is the electronic configuration of nitrogen, which has atomic number 7.